Hello, good morning. I wanted to share an idea that I had. I hope it's original. I think it's original. It's what I used to make this tassel. Recently, I had made a journal using a placemat. I had bought several placemats, and I just out of wanting to make a really cute, simple tassel, I had grabbed a tool that I had never used before, had an idea that I had never thought of before. If someone else has a video on this, I have yet to see it. So I think this is an original idea. So I'm going to show you how to make a super quick tassel. And this was my next placemat I wanted to use. So I'm going to put that on top of my mat just for the sake of coordinating these colors. But this is what I did. Originally, I had taken the journal and put in an eyelet. And I'd put it a little too far from the edge to be able to use it to put a big charm or jump ring in it. I didn't want to necessarily put a lobster claw in it, or it would be too big for this little journal. So this is what I discovered. I discovered these. So I'm going to show you how I use these very quickly to make a journal tassel. Now you might say, what are those? Well, what are they? These are, here, let me lay them on a card. These are clothing tag holders, and both ends of the string is enclosed in this little metal piece that's been pinch closed. And these are actually for clothing manufacturers to put tags onto their clothing, and they can run this through a buttonhole, and they don't have to poke a hole in whatever item they're selling. So these are sold by the hundreds, and they're sold in every color imaginable. So, and they're super cheap, and they're pretty sturdy. So this is not stretchy. This, however, is very, very cheap, this little pin. So I do want to tell you, I take that off the majority of the time, but you can still add something to it or even put a button on there, and it would look super cute with just that. But here's the thing, because these are not well made, I open that up. I just bend it straight. Here, let me put this under it. I just bend the pin out straight like that. Don't poke yourself. And then what you can do is you can actually pull that string around that little loop in there and pull it off completely. So it's in the eye of the safety pin. If you just pull it around that loop right there, see, so it's out of that loop. You can take that pin, bend it back, and throw it away or reuse it at your, however you decide to use it. Now this is the key. I put a little eyelet in mine, and this is the smallest of the two crocodile eyelets, right? But here's the key for me. If you put an eyelet in anything, and I mean anything, you can put it on in a purse handle. You could poke a hole. With this thing, this hole punch, this is a pretty big, this crocodile, this is pretty big. It'll punch a hole through something really thick. So how do we get the beads on here? Super easy. I will show you right now. I use this artist wire for everything. It's from Tuesday Morning. It is 26 gauge. It is very, very thin and very flexible. So I'm going to spin this around so I can cut a piece off. Okay, I've got the wrong end. Well, for heaven's sakes, I've got the end of it, not the beginning, because I pulled the wrong part. Let me see if I can find the beginning of the wire. Well, there it is, it looks like. Okay, well, it came out of the side of this little, if you have one of these little plastic things over your wire, it's kind of wise to leave it set on there. Otherwise, all this wire is going to try and unravel out of your little spool. So I'm just going to rethread that and put my wire back onto the spool because I don't need that much. I just need a tiny piece. So let me wind this back up. Okay. So you're going to take, I just need a tiny little short piece. So I'm going to cut a little piece like that. I'm going to actually put it inside the loop of this. And I'm going to thread a few beads on. So what I've tried to do is I've tried to find some larger beads just to make an example with these colors for my next journal. So I found a few beads that I'm going to try to use here. So I've got this peach one, and what I'm going to do, I folded this wire in half, and I'm just using it to thread my bead on. So I've got that one. I've got this one. This one's kind of got a big hole in it. You do have to make sure that your beads are a little larger bore. And this string will fit through these word beads too. See these little word beads they sell at Michael's, and I know a lot of people like to use those. I am not going to use these on this particular journal. Okay, then when you're done, you kind of need something to secure the end so that they don't come off. You can pick any charm. I use this one because it has a huge jump ring on it, and I thought it would be easier to show you an example of something with a bigger jump ring so that you could see. But I'm just going to take that. I'm going to close that jump ring up with that little pink tidbit on it, that little dangle. Okay. And then that's it. Now, for a quick little tassel, I think that's not bad. And anybody, it's very, very basic. Almost anybody could do this. But this is the key. Once you have, and I'm going to find a piece of this scrap here to show you. Once you have a, here's part of my leftover placemat from my last journal. And I'm going to snip a piece of this off just for the sake of showing you how to attach this so quick and easy, you won't believe it. Okay, a lot of people have a crocodile. If you don't, this is how it works. There's two sizes here. This is the large bore and this is the small bore. So I'm actually going to poke a hole with the small bore punch. So that's how you do that. Afterwards, you put your eyelet, and this is the smaller of the two, and they come in two sizes. So the larger one is 3/6. This is 1/8. So you put it in the front section. You move your, whoops, sorry, I'm off the camera. You move this little, this is large bore, small bore, and this is for setting rivets. So I've turned my setting down here to the 1/8. I put my eyelet in the top, so the back is sticking out here. And all I'm going to do, and there are videos on how to use the crocodile. So I am probably not the best teacher of this. And I don't have my glasses on, so that's even better. But there you go. My eyelet is set in the hole. It's not going to come out now because you can see it's split, and that would be on the inside of the journal. But all you have to do now is stick this little metal piece on the end. Remember I said it was pinched in the metal? The string is actually pinched in the metal. Once you stick that in your eyelet, now it's not going to come out. It's not going to pull out of there. See how strong that is? So once you put your eyelet in your journal and thread that little string through there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link down below this video of where to buy these. These are super cheap. These come in all sorts of colors, and you can color coordinate your, now this particular one, this particular charm, I made to coordinate with this journal. Now what this is it's a great big glass bead, I put a tassel on the end with a bulb pin. That's another option. If you don't have a jump ring or you don't have the tools to open or close a jump ring, you can literally add a safety pin, a regular safety pin, a bulb pin. You can add so many things. But I had put a couple of buttons from my stash that coordinated with the cover. So you don't actually have to add something on the end that's on a jump ring. It just has to be something to keep your beads from sliding off this. And let me tell you this, if there's a problem, hi Sue, if there's a problem, you can put this back through. Literally, I can stick this, turn it sideways. It's not as easy to get on as it is off as it is on, but you can get it off. So if you want to take your journal somewhere and you're worried, maybe you have something precious on here, or you don't want to lose your tassel, you can pop it off. When I was decorating this and I had it laying on the desk, I took it off because sometimes these get in the way, and I literally took it off. But I wanted to show you something too. Before I had this idea, I've been trying to figure out how to use this. I have a huge collection of beads, and I know we've all done this. Hi, we have all done this. We literally go to Joann's or Michael's or wherever, and we buy one of those bulk bead boxes that's like in a food container when it's on clearance for $3. And we end up with these huge beads that are not always pretty, that we can't use, that have giant holes in them, right? So what do you do with those? This bead, I think, is such a pretty bead, but to tell you the truth, I don't know what to put it on because it's so huge. Wouldn't it be great on this? I think it would. So all in all, you can literally add as many or as little beads as you want on this. You have a nice length, and they're super cheap. And I'm going to put the link down below this video when I'm done, so that everyone can go to AliExpress and buy this clothing tag, because I think it's amazing. So that is it. That's my video. I wanted to keep it short, so I don't mean to cut you guys short, but I am going to go post this video because we have to clean the carpet because my dog's allergic to, he's having a reaction to the solvent we used to clean the carpet last week. And he has medicine, and as soon as Thad wakes up, which it should be any time, I don't know, it's 6:30 in the morning and it's Saturday morning, but as soon as he wakes up, I'm going to fire that carpet cleaner up. So I do have to go so that I can run and edit this video and make sure that I get the link into the video. But thanks for popping in, and if you get a chance, go to AliExpress and buy these. They're amazing. They're easy. You don't have to have all the jewelry tools and the jump rings. You can literally use safety pins or bulb pins, and they're quick. That's the thing. This is super quick, and I think it is the best idea I've ever had. I hope it's an original idea. Spread the word. Okay. Well, thanks for coming by. And have a good day. I'll probably be on later. Bye.